ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Weston Racing. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Series 4 of the Spin Master Monster Jam Car Duo Packs. I don't know about you guys, this is just my honest to God opinion on it, but they've done 5 series of these so far, Series 4. I would be shocked if they did a Series 6 of these. They probably are going to do a Series 6 of these, but I really, I don't know. This is a pretty forgettable series, I'm not going to lie. Because the thing is, and the funny thing is I say it's a pretty forgettable series, but it's also a Walmart exclusive series as well. And I was just thinking about the fact, I was like, you know, most companies, they do like, all right, the Walmart exclusive vehicle, it's glow in the dark. You can't get the glow in the dark one anywhere else except Walmart. And then you got Spin Master over here, it's where it's like Walmart exclusive. You get a truck that kind of looks like the real truck with a matching die-cast car. Ooh, cool. You know, it's like this is a pretty lackluster Walmart exclusive series. And honestly, it's pretty forgettable too. However, what I will say is that I do kind of like the way that they do this series. I think it's kind of fun. But yeah, like I said, Series 5, I would be shocked if they went any further than that, because I would like to imagine these aren't selling well, considering at my Walmart there's like 30 zombies that are just sitting around, and Series 3 took 3 years to sell out by the way it felt, because they were everywhere at my Walmart. So yeah, this thing, however, was a pain in the butt to find. Like, it took me forever to eventually find this thing, but like I said, they might go another round with these. They've already looped back and done a second Gravedigger, which is Spin Master, what'd you expect? But they could have done anything. They could have done a Green Ghost Gravedigger, a Grandma Gravedigger. No, they just did a second normal Gravedigger because screw, you know, everybody else, I guess. You know, we could have gotten another truck, but no, we had to get another Gravedigger. It was ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, I don't know if there's a specific way that this series works with these, because, you know, with most things, like take a look at the double packs, for example, it gives you an order on the back, usually, that I follow when I do these videos. These don't do that. Much like the color shifters by Hot Wheels, the back of the package just has the truck with all the info on it, the 3D render of the vehicle, so it's like, well, I guess we'll just go our own way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in order from least favorite to favorite in this set. And I'm not going to lie, out of all the sets that we've looked at so far for this series, I wouldn't say this one's the worst. I think Series 1 was the worst. The El Toro Loco and Monster Dalmatian are probably 2 of my least favorites that have been in this series so far. They were really bad. But this series is probably second worst in my opinion, simply because I think the Mohawk Warrior, I think the zombie might be the only redeeming one in this entire set. I just like Mohawk Warrior's car a lot more than I like anything else in this entire series, but balancing wise, the zombie and the zombie car together work extremely well. I think they look super duper cool. But then, like I said, I think the Mohawk Warrior car alone carries this whole set. So we'll see if my opinions change as we go here. And also bringing this set down as well is my least favorite Feld Entertainment truck in all of existence is in here, so that doesn't help either. But yeah, anyway, like I said, we're going to start with Dragon. Get the worst one out of the way and then actually move on to interesting stuff, shall we? You know, maybe someday they'll retire Dragon. I hope they do and replace it with an actually good truck, because they've been coming out with some bangers in the real world recently. I mean, you all know my opinions on Thunderosaurus, Sparkle Smash, JCB Digatron. I think those trucks are all cool. Sparkle Smash out of those 3 is probably my least favorite, just because I don't... The real truck compared to the diecast does not look very good, in my opinion. They didn't do... The more I see that truck, the more I'm like, wow, they really didn't do a good job of bringing that to the real world. It looks really weird. But yeah, Thunderosaurus, awesome. JCB Digatron, probably my favorite Feld Entertainment truck of all time. That thing is so freaking cool. But I cannot wait. I don't buy 1/24 scale trucks, but I will definitely probably buy a 1/24 scale of that one if they make it easy, because that truck is so cool. But and I'm waiting for 2025, because apparently first series of mainline trucks for 2025 will have JCB Digatron in it, from what I heard anyways. Again, that could be a rumor, so don't take that with a grain of salt, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm hyped. I can't wait. It's going to be so cool. But anyway, we're going to start it off here today with the Dragon. One thing that I like that they keep consistent with this series is that with these trucks, excuse me, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong about this, I know the Gravedigger didn't do this. I'm pretty sure the Dalmatian didn't do this. But what I know with this series is that they try to keep it consistent, where the monster truck, the roll cage, and the rims match the body color. So as you can see, the Dragon has a green roll cage and rims. The Zombie has a red roll cage and rims, and the Mohawk Warrior has a purple roll cage and rims. And I know other trucks have done this as well. For example, Bakugan Dragonoid had red roll cage and rims. Son of a Digger had a blue roll cage and rims. My point is that exactly. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to point out there. And like I said, I do think visually it looks really good. I'm just, again, not a fan of Dragon, so that doesn't help this one. But yeah, also the Dragon car looks dumb. As I have noticed, out of all of these sets that I've done and reviewed on this channel, every single Crazy Creatures one that they have done, all of the animal themed ones, so like Dragon, El Toro Loco, Dalmatian, Bakugan Dragonoid, all of those ones are usually the ones that I'm not a fan of. Like, those usually don't turn out very well in my eyes. This one also doesn't look that great in my opinion. Zombie is an exception though. I think Zombie actually looks pretty good. But yeah, we're going to start with the car like we always do. We're going to start with the car. And automatically I see something that immediately improves my opinions or helps my opinions on this car. It has a yellow chassis for some reason. I don't know what that's all about. So yeah, there's the car. It is meant to be like a NASCAR, a stock car, if you will. That is what the car is supposed to be anyways. But yeah, here we go. First one for today's video is Dragon. Like I said, a truck that I would not be upset whatsoever if they retired it. Yeah, there you go. There's card insert. Yeah. But hey, think about it this way. If they retire Dragon, I'm going to have to find a new least favorite truck. And honestly, you know who the contender is right now? If they retire Dragon, I think Scooby-Doo will be my new least favorite truck. Because think about this. Insanity. Scooby-Doo outlived Max D. Max D was officially retired the weekend that I'm recording this. Scooby-Doo outlived one of the 4 pillars of Monster Jam. The building that Monster Jam, the foundation that Monster Jam was built on, collapsed, and Scooby-Doo still came out as a survivor. That is unfathomably wild. Like, if you would have told younger me that, he would have called you an idiot for even thinking that younger me would have believed that. Like, honestly. There is no, that is an unfathomable reality that we live in. It's crazy. And the fact of the matter is, and you know, again, this will be my final thing and then we'll get into it, all right? I promise. I know I'm rambling a lot today. My final point that I want to make. The fact of the matter is that we aren't allowed to have trucks like Batman or Superman anymore in the real world, but Scooby-Doo still exists, is incredibly moronic in my opinion. Like, are you kidding me? Batman and Superman aren't allowed to exist in the real world, but we still have Scooby-Doo for the Warner Brothers. What is that garbage? Like, what in the world? Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Batman and Scooby-Doo, I'm sure, had way more fans than, or Batman and Superman had way more fans than Scooby-Doo. What is that all about? But anyway, here is the car for Dragon. Let's get into actually reviewing them, though. I promise I'm not going to get off topic anymore. Well, I promise that, but it's not going to happen. Got the Dragon logo here, Monster Jam logo. I really don't like the scale pattern. Do you see this? It looks like hair. It really does. It looks like hair, and I don't think that looks good at all. It is quite the ugly paint scheme on this. I do like the fact that the interior is orange, though. I think that's pretty fun. I do not like the yellow bottom, though. I think that looks gross, but yeah, nothing on the front end there. You got Dragon on the hood with the nostrils. Thought the nostrils were 3D for a second because they felt like they were. It's actually just the design of the hood. I like the fact that they printed the horns all nice and neat. The horns are actually kind of the wrong color, though. They're a bit darker than what the actual horns on Dragon are. Just thought I'd point that out. Yeah, you got that there. I wish they would have done, so they did black outline around the windows, and that's, I guess, the best we can get for eyeballs. In fact, you know, I wish Spin Master would kind of do a Dragon and a Velociraptor without the eyeballs. I think that would be pretty cool because it looks like the real truck if they do it that way. But yeah, Monster Jam, monsterjam.com, nothing on the back end. There you go. That is the car for Dragon. Like I said, not a fan at all. I think that looks ridiculous. Dragon itself, though, is just your standard everyday Dragon. Green body, green roll cage, dark gray chassis, black tires with green rims, and white BKT printing. It's all right. It's aight. Like I said, definitely out of all of the Dragons that we have received recently, the absolute cavalcade of crappy Dragons we've got, this is definitely higher on the list for me because it at least is closer to looking like the real truck than 99% of Dragons we get anymore. Dragon is just so overdone. It's ridiculous. Have they changed the BKT printing? The lettering looks different. I don't know if that's just me, but the lettering on the BKT looks a lot more like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks a lot more punchy than usual, I guess. It looks bolder. I really don't know what to, I really don't know. I might be crazy. I'd have to go back and compare it to an older truck, but it looks different. I don't know why. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got on this one. It is just Dragon. We all know Dragon with the textured spine and the horns and the wings. Yeah, like I say, I do think it's pretty cool. And like, it's impossible, in my opinion. This is an argument that I always see people make. Well, at least Spin Master's Dragon is better than Hot Wheels' Dragon. That's like comparing apples and oranges, because Hot Wheels' Dragon was the original Dragon. This is the New Age Dragon. They look different. The Hot Wheels' Dragon does look a lot like what the original Dragon looked like. And now this new Dragon that Spin Master makes looks like the modern day Dragon. It's like comparing apples and oranges. It's practically not even the same truck in all reality, because they don't really look the same in real life either. But anyway, moving on to something that's actually fun to talk about here. We have Zombie. Sorry, I almost choked on my spit. We have Zombie up next. This one has a lot of fun details on it. However, there's one little detail that I'm actually not a fan of on this truck. I'm going to point that out, or specifically on the car that I'm not a fan of, and I'll show you what that is here in a second. It's very interesting. I honestly think it would have been better if they would have left this detail out, or maybe swapped it for something else, because it looks wrong, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Looks silly. All right, here we go. Here is the Zombie car. One thing I would recommend is that Spin Master has made it incredibly hard to get the actual NASCAR out of the package. It requires some serious, like, force. But there's that. All right, here we go. Here's the card insert for Zombie. You can see the little logo right there. Pretty cool stuff. All right. Get the truck out of the way here. This is actually pretty interesting. Oops. This is actually pretty interesting because the Zombie for this set is probably the most realistic modern, or realistic normal Zombie that I own up to date. So that's awesome. I finally have one that actually kind of looks like the real truck. So here is the Zombie car. Now, right off the bat, as I said, I mean, it looks good. Like, they did a really good job with the Zombie car. I will 100% say it with full honesty. The Zombie car is fantastic. It is super duper cool. But there's one detail on here I'm not a fan of, and it's the arm. The arm on the side looks so goofy because it looks like it was put on as an afterthought, right? Like, it doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. I wish what they would have done is either just left the arm off completely, because it kind of looks crowded with the logo there as well. I wish they would have either left the arm off completely, or instead of doing the arm, they moved the Monster Jam logo like back here somewhere, and then they put the ear, like the ear that Zombie has, on there instead. I think I would have rather of them done that, just because I think it would have looked better visually. The arm just feels out of place, like it was an afterthought. I'm not a fan of that at all. But yeah. Oh, we got a silver, almost got like a silvery bottom on this one. That one's cool. Cool. All the cars had black bottoms previously, so it's interesting to see them changing that up a bit. They still all have black tires though, except I'm pretty sure the Fire Megalodon has yellow tires. I would look, I have them in a pile somewhere on the other side of the room, but yeah. Also, I think it's really cool the hood has the face on it. This is perfect time for spooky month, because I think you guys are literally seeing this a couple days before Halloween, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just in time for spooky day, I guess. Got the brain on the top there with the hair, the torn clothing, which looks super duper cool. Monster Jam, monsterjam.com, blood splatter. I love the torn clothing as well. Yeah, this one's really well done. I really like this one a lot. So the Zombie car is really nice. And now for the truck. Now, the truck I can really get behind. I like the truck a lot. I've always thought it was interesting how this was actually made as a part of a fan vote. I don't know if you guys knew that. The Zombie was originally created because the fans, I think there were 3 different trucks that were choosable. And I don't know, I'm actually going to Google this because I actually kind of want to be right about this. So I'm going to Google this real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I sat digging through internet archives for like 30 minutes just now trying to figure out this poll. I mean, I looked everywhere and I couldn't find anything. The only thing I haven't done is just straight up ask the Facebook community if they know. So I'm not even going to do that. If you guys know what the other trucks were in the poll for the fan created truck, let me know in the comments of this video. Obviously one of them was Zombie. That was the truck that won. But if you guys know, let me know as well, because I am very curious to know. There's a part of me that wants to say that I heard at some point it was a cat and a turkey were the other two, but I don't know if that's true or not. A cat was probably one of them, let's be honest. But yeah, that's my little input there. However, I did turn out something fruitful, though, because on the wiki page I found that apparently Bari Musauer is terrified of zombies, which is funny considering that he was the main driver of Zombie for like a 6, 7, or 8 year period. So that was a fun fact that I learned. I like that a lot. But yeah, Zombie truck. I can't honestly even remember what I said about this, so we're just going to do a fast recap here. Really cool truck. It's got the red chassis, or black chassis, red roll cage, black tires, white BKT printing, red rims. Got the moving arms. One of the cool things that Spin Master did is they gave Zombie the moving arms, which is always really cool. The ears, got all the face detail, the brain with the hair. It's just a standard old Zombie that we've seen a million times now. But, you know, Zombie is actually a really cool truck. I like Zombie a lot, so there you go. Get that one out of there. This video has taken a lot longer to record than it should have, not because of the video itself, but because I took a 30-minute break watching World Finals videos. But, yeah, it was for the research. I promise, it was actually for the research. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Next up, we got the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. This will be the final one we look at in today's video. Like I said, this thing was a pain. It took me forever to find this. I don't know why it took so long, but it did. It took forever. So, yeah. I am excited for the next set of those Series 5, because it has Max D in it, which the fact that it took 5 series to finally get Max D is ridiculous. Then again, obviously Max D is not the big truck that it was. Clearly, nobody cares about Max D anymore. It is sad because, like I said, that truck was one of the 4 pillars of Monster Jam. 4 pillars of Monster Jam: Gravedigger, Max D, Avenger, and the 4th pillar. I say 4 pillars because that's the phrase. I don't honestly know what the 4th pillar is. You know what? We'll add Scott Douglas as the 4th pillar. Once those 4 pillars collapse, it is game Jover for Monster Jam, I feel like. Thankfully, 2 of them are still standing. Gravedigger still exists, and Avenger is still in Monster Jam. So, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And they'll probably never get rid of Gravedigger. Gravedigger makes them so much money every year. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's so stupid. Honestly, in my opinion, Gravedigger should have died with Dennis Anderson. I phrased that horribly. Gravedigger should have retired alongside Dennis Anderson. I am so sorry if I gave any of you Gravedigger fans a heart attack there by saying that. I apologize. I phrased that horribly. Holy crap. Purple chassis. I actually predicted that. I knew that was going to be a purple chassis. I do find it weird that they're doing colored chassis on these now. That's strange. But yeah, this one's pretty fun. I like the car on this one a lot. Like I said, it's not... I don't know. It's a fun car. It really is. I really do like it. I kind of wish they would have somehow made the Mohawk 3D, though, so it actually had texture to it. I think that would have been pretty fun, because it looks pretty goofy without it. But yeah, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with the absolute Martian man here with his massive forehead. Okay, maybe this car isn't as good as I thought it was, because that looks really silly. Great clips on the front. The thing is, though, that really actually helps carry this car is that it does look like a NASCAR. I think Great Clips even had a NASCAR at one point, if I'm not mistaken. So this honestly kind of is just a Great Clips NASCAR in a way, and it looks good. I like it. So there you go. The Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. I wonder why they've never done a Mohawk Warrior NASCAR. If they've done a Great Clips car, they could just slap Mohawk Warrior decals on it. Like, I feel like that would be an easy enough thing to do. All right, and then here is the truck itself. Again, I feel like stating, because there's been a lot of rumors going around recently, and everybody in the Monster Jam community is so quick to believe rumors for some reason. I don't know why that's a new trend that's emerging all of a sudden, but yeah, Max D has officially been retired. I think we all know that by now. It is officially donezo, which I am actually happy about, because I feel like if they would have kept Max D going without Tom Mintz, that would have been blasphemy at best. But yeah, so Max D's gone. The other thing that was really interesting, though, is that both Bakugan Dragonoid and Great Clips Mohawk Warrior are nowhere to be seen on the toured lineups for 2025. So, that does not mean they're retired. That means they've been shelved, is what that means. So there is a chance that Bakugan Dragonoid and Great Clips Mohawk Warrior have been put away, quote unquote. Their licenses still exist. The trucks themselves probably still exist. They're just not going to be used for a year by the looks of things, which is interesting because that means that Bryce Kenny and Camden Murphy both do not have trucks to drive. My theory is that they're going to put Bryce Kenny, who drove Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, they're going to put him behind the wheel of Soldier Fortune Black Ops this season. Again, this is a guess. And then they're going to put Camden Murphy behind the wheel of Blue Thunder. Again, a guess. I don't know if that's true. If it is, and I get that right, somebody has to give me something. I do accept money. So if anybody... anyways, here's the truck here. It's pretty cool. Like I said, I've always been a fan of Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. And the funny thing is that I myself have had a mohawk since I was 6 years old. Fun fact for you. I've literally had a mohawk haircut since I was 6 years old, and I still do. The cool thing was, though, is that this truck, Mohawk Warrior, first debuted, I think, a year after I got my mohawk. It was almost like, it was serendipitous. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh my God, this truck is awesome. And it happened a year after I myself got the haircut. So it was super freaking cool to see this thing. And I actually got to see it in person, which was also super duper awesome. There is a picture of me that my mom took. I'm not going to put it in the video, obviously, because I haven't done my face reveal yet. There is a picture of me standing next to Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. My hair was not done up because it was raining that day, although I did want to do it up if it wasn't going to rain, because I wanted to get a picture of Bryce Kenny. I like Bryce Kenny. I think he's an awesome guy. He's a great driver too. Like, honestly, it was cool getting to see that in person. Like I said, seeing Monster Jam in person was super duper cool, and there's a lot of weird memories that I have attached to it, but I'm not gonna lie, Bryce Kenny, getting to see Bryce Kenny in person and the Mohawk Warrior truck in person was actually probably one of the most fond memories of that entire experience. It's not my favorite truck. Bryce Kenny's not my favorite driver, but they're both super cool. I love the truck. I love Kenny. It's a great duo. It really is. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with him going into this next season, though, because I'm like I said, I find it weird that they're not going to have him in the Mohawk Warrior. Wonder if he's going to go back to a normal haircut. I wonder if they're not putting him in the Mohawk Warrior this year, if they're going to if he's going to go for a different haircut, like just be like, all right, guys, I'm going back to a standard haircut because I don't have to do the whole Mohawk thing anymore. I'm curious. I really am. And if he does, I don't blame him. You should see the funny looks I get in Walmart with my haircut. It's not. Look, I have it for nostalgia reasons. That's why I have the haircut, all right? I'm aware it looks goofy, all right? But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. I apologize for all the tirades that I went on in today's video, but hopefully you guys got a good review out of this. Thankfully, it really wasn't anything too special today, so I don't feel too bad about going on random ramblings here and there, but yeah. That's all I got for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next diecast unboxing video. Thank you, and good night.